She is the comic legend who launched the modern sitcom.
Suddenly this was the biggest thing on television.
Lucy was a complete original. Writing for Lucy was pitching for the Yankees, world class.
But behind the success of I Love Lucy also lay the story of a troubled marriage.
Desi really believed that his drinking and his carousing with other women should have no effect on Lucy.
When they parted ways, they were never the same.
And the Desilu studio empire that rose and fell with them.
After she and Desi split up, she was the boss, and she was not particularly fitted to be the boss.
Now, we take you on a tour through the incredible life of the world's favorite redhead and the places that shaped her rise to the title of Lucy, TV's Comedy Queen.
She wanted a husband and she wanted to have kids, build a life together. And, you know, for the first 9 years of their marriage, they were separated most of the time.
Their separate schedules and Desi's womanizing put a strain on their passionate but shaky marriage. And in September of 1944, Lucy filed for divorce.
The judge said the divorce was granted, so she gets in her car, she goes back and gets in bed with Desi. The judge hears about it and tears the divorce up, says, "You just wiped out your divorce." So she could not stay away from him.
Lucille returned to Desi and to her radio career.
We present My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball with Richard Denning.
Ball's 1948 show centered around a married couple and paired her with the writing team of Bob Carroll, Madeline Pugh, and Jess Oppenheimer. 3 years later, they would form the creative team behind a new TV show called I Love Lucy. To spend more time with her own husband, Ball began performing with Desi, first on the Bob Hope radio show, then on some of the earliest TV broadcasts. Hal Cantor, head writer of The Ed Wynn Show, hired the couple for their first live telecast.
Lucy was a very adventurous young lady, and she was one of the few people who was willing to appear on television. The reason is that it meant that she could name her leading man. Now, in our minds, the leading man was to be Ed Wynn, that classic wonderful clown.
Camel Cigarettes presents The Ed Wynn Show.
So when we proposed that she come as a guest on the Ed Wynn Show, she said she would like to do that, but there would be one proviso. She wanted to have Desi Arnaz on the show, too.
I don't need a hat. I'll do it without a hat. Lucille Ball! Lucille Ball! So glad to see you, Lucy.
We put together a sketch in which Lucy played a vamp with very physical comedy. It turned out to be a very, very funny sketch. Out of that came I Love Lucy.
To give the show the energy of a live performance, I Love Lucy was shot in real time and with 3 cameras.
They treated it like a play. It was a stage play, and they were going to show it on TV later. There were no retakes on that show as a rule. If you didn't know your lines, you weren't going to be back on that show again. They just went straight through, and some of the shows they shot in less than 45 minutes. I mean, now it takes 3 or 4 hours to do a sitcom.
When Desi and Jess Oppenheimer said, "We got to be able to do this in a studio with 3 cameras like a live show, how do you synchronize those 3 cameras?" Carl Foy said, "I'll come up with a system." And that's how the 3-camera technique came into being.